Hey guys, Havoc here once more. Gonna give you a bit of a rundown on my medic and why I've chosen the loadouts I have, what I've chosen, how I spent my certs. So let's, without further ado, go straight into that. Let's go to the cert pool. So we'll go for combat medic 11%. Right, we'll start at the top, utility slot. I have actually got a restoration kit. Why I've got that? Well, I bought it for my light assault as an initial purchase of 30 certs. It has just kept my light assault alive, and actually has even kept my medic alive in really hectic situations. Twice I've used the resto kit on a medic. It fills an empty spot. I'm not going to be buying C4 for the medic, to be absolutely honest. I've got better things to buy with the certs than C4 for a medic. I really don't need it, and a restoration kit has kept me alive a couple of times. So for 30 points, you might want to look at that. Passive systems, triage, no. Everybody thinks 100 certs, and I'll heal people about 7 hit points whilst I'm travelling along in a Sundra with them. No. No. It's not worth it. I mean, even if you cited it all the way to the 500, 900, 1100, 1250, 1350 certs, you'd still be only healing them 28 hit points a second for everybody in the Sundra. Now, unless everybody's badly injured, no. If everybody's that badly injured, you're not leaving a Sundra. You're probably scattering and escaping on foot, or just redeploying. So triage, not something I'm going to be taking. Dual slot, oh yes, max that bitch out as fast as possible. Get to level 5 as fast as possible. I think this is one of your 2 priorities. Is to get to your medical applicator to level 5. It's, let's see, it's 10, 40, 90, 190 certs. It's not a lot to get it up to level 5. And level 5 is quite good because you're getting infantry back up at 75% health. Your maxes are getting back up at 15% health. It gives everybody a chance to get healed up. And of course at level 5 you're adding extra 2 meters to your base range. If you can get to level 6, infantry come back at full health. You don't actually, with level 6, you can actually put your character to walk forwards, firing, aiming at a downed ally, resing them, and you just keep walking and they'll get up, and you never have to stop and stand around or do that little circular dance you do around a dead body, and they get up with full health. And this is absolutely crucial. You do get less experience. Level 2 applicator, yet your allies are going back at 30% health. You've got 70% health then that you can heal them back up. That's extra experience, which means extra certs. But this is a team game. Getting your squad back up to 100 points, and with the speed you get them. I mean, at level 2, it takes about 3 seconds, 3.5 seconds to get somebody back on their feet. This one, level 6, you can do it whilst walking past them. So yeah, it gets maxes back up to 20% health, and you actually get 4 meters additional range. And it's quite a hell of a long range on this. Level 6 is very worth going. Get level 5 as an absolute must, then start saving for level 6. But absolute must is level 5. Your other absolute must is your Nano regen device. Now this is dirt cheap. It's 50 to get to level 5. It's only 200 to get to level 6. But you get to level 5. I think I maxed this one out first of all. This is your glow. This is your magic glow that medics have, that magical green glow. 2 things is why this is useful. 1, it recharges really quickly. You can just keep on firing it whenever you want. And when you've got an engineer manning a turret, you can't, or very rarely, can you actually target him with the medic tool. This will target him. So if you've got an engineer on manning a mana turret or a new missile mana turret, and they're injured, this will heal them. Whereas a regular medic tool will not heal them. So yeah, that's quite good. Again, getting that to level 5 is pretty good. If you can get it to level 6 as fast as possible, that does give you almost an amazing regen rate for it. So it's really, really good. Now, suit slot. This is where it kind of can be played around with. I did a few experiments. You can see I experimented with the advanced shield capacitor, figuring that medics, if any class can actually say, well, I'm not going to be shot at for a few seconds, so my shield capacitor can regenerate, it's going to be a medic. That's a complete waste of time. Ammunition belt, you're a medic. You're following along with the rest of your troops. You probably have an engineer, and amongst that lot, if you don't, well, sort your squad out. Flak armor. Now, flak armor, I'll come on to that in just a sec. Grenade bandolier, again, possibly possibly, and I'll explain why later. But going into the two I've chosen, flak armour. Now for 61 certs, you can get 30% less damage from that hand grenade thrown into the room. If you're at the edge of that, it may kill everybody else in the room, but you'll still be upright. Get in there with your level 5 res tool, or sorry, medic tool, res everybody back up, fire off your nano regen, brings everybody back up. By the time somebody decides to come running in, at least 2 people are going to be on their feet other than you. And that's what you really want to be looking for. Is getting this. Now you can set that all the way to 1,000 certs, 50% less damage. So I would go no more than level 4, 39% less damage. That last 1,000 certs is a huge bonus, from 39% to 50% less damage from explosions. And we all know what it's like to be on the receipt, be them healing somebody away behind a rock, and a rocket strafe comes in. You would probably not survive, to be honest. 50% less damage. There's so much damage going on out there, you probably are not going to survive. Just 1,000 certs to blow. So unless you're pretty much maxed out on everything you really want to buy, yeah, okay, buy it. But I wouldn't. I would go for your flak armor 4, or your Nanoweave armor. Now 10% for 1 cert point, you can buy 10% extra health. Flak armor 1 cert point will give you 15%. So one of these should be your first purchase ever. 1 point, 1 cert point. So either 15% less damage from explosions or 10% extra health. I always give the 10% extra health initially. Flak armor is better when you get to start stacking it a bit higher. So your first cert point should go into Nanoweave armor, 10% extra health. You're going to shoot 10% harder to kill, in effect. I've cranked that up to 12.5%. You can crank that up to 1,000 certs with 25%. If I was going to take it, I wouldn't take it past level 4 at 150. Give me 20% extra health. And bear in mind, you only got 500 hit points. 20% of 500 is only 100. It's only giving you 100 extra health. That is less than 1 assault rifle bullet at medium range. And most assault rifles at medium range, I believe, will do about 125. Short range, will do about 143. So it might keep you alive, and it's not going to make a lot of difference to a headshot. Okay, grenade slots. Now this is why you might want a bandolier, grenade bandolier. You got the nanite healing grenade or the revive grenade. I haven't bought the revive grenade yet. I am actually in the process of kind of saving up for it. It's very situational. If you've got a healing tool 6, not sure you need a revive grenade, but the healing grenade is very, very useful. If your squad is, or your unit you're with, or your army is about to storm through a doorway and is meeting heavy resistance, throw a nano healing grenade into the doorway, and then switch on your medical glow and just stand by the door, to the side of the door, so you're not being shot at. The healing they will be getting, and the points you'll be racking up for doing it, the healing they will be getting will be amazing. It's a really, really good way of actually getting yourself a good few points, keeping your team alive. Now, bear in mind, this is a team game. It's not about you. It's a team game. You're a medic, and you're a support class. You should be doing this to support your team. Revive grenade, as I say, kind of situational, and not something I've bought yet. Utility slot C4. If I run into a tank, then I need C4. The tank's lucky day. It's going to get away. Admittedly, I have twice run into a Sunderer, parked enemy Sunderer, and thought, do you know what I'd give for a couple of blocks of C4? Weapons are pretty much bottom of the line for me. Now I went with the base Vanu. This is the only bit which is Vanu specific. Everything else applies across the board. This is Vanu specific. I took the basic pulsar VS1. I stuck a ×2 reflex and a forward grip. Why do I stick a ×2 reflex? It's a little bit extra help for seeing what I'm shooting at, and I was blind at the back without my glass on. I put the forward grip on just to give myself a little bit extra control. Don't really need anything else. The 3, 4, 6 time scopes are absolutely useless on this kind of weapon. Flash suppressor, why? I'm with an attacking army. You don't know I'm there, but you know the heavy I'm stood behind healing is there. So yeah, you don't really need this flash suppressor or the suppressor, so that's kind of useless. And it's a fairly good all-round gun. It's got a decent range on it. You will hit people at kind of quite surprising ranges, actually. You won't be doing any sniping headshots, but you will actually be hitting a few people. And a lot of the time you don't need to be doing the headshots. A few body shots, like a body shot at a decent range, will make a lot of people duck back out of the way and make people think twice about standing there to shoot. But I went with the HV45 soft point ammunition. We're going overkill here. reflex sight times 1, add a forward grip. Now I was talking the laser sight because it's a bit of a hip-fire beast, and it is absolutely devastating. It is a bit of a wanderer. Now I'm going to show you what this is like in a second, but it is a absolute beast. You chew through, especially with the soft point ammunition, you're going to absolutely chew through your opponents. If you bought the Alpha Pack, which is basically, I think it was £20, 20 English pounds, you got 2 weapons unlocked for each class. The HV45 was one of them. This is a beast. The Pulsar VS1, which is the stock standard weapon, is a perfectly good weapon. As a medic, you don't really need to be worrying about your weapon. I only opened this one up for, well, I had a whole load of certs kicking around, and I couldn't think of what to buy with them. So instead of spending on my suit slot, which I should have done, I went and bought and upgraded a weapon. I'm going to show you exactly what this is like. So that's your 2 times scope, or sorry, your 1 times reflex sight, so there's no magnification there at all. Comes up nice and quickly. So I come up, and if I try and find a section of wall I can do this 2 side by side on. So we'll do scoped. As you can see, pretty tight bunch there, and then hip fired. Sorry. That is the difference between scoped and hip fired for this weapon, and it is pretty devastating. You can see just how much more accurate scoped weapon firing is. And this is not just me being more accurate, me trying a little bit more. This is actually genuinely how much more accurate this weapon is. Now, if I'm going to do one more shot. This is hip fire. This is aimed fire with no attempt to make any compensation for recoil. And this has got a bit of a kick to it. So we'll bring the sights up. Go. You can see there's the direction of recoil for this weapon. She is a bit of a beast. And if I hip fire with no attempt to account for recoil, see, even the aimed, it's tighter. With the not aiming, it's all over the place. Now let's switch over to Loadout 2, which is the pulsar. Quick kit to the pulsar. And the pulsar, I put the 2 times reflex, I put the forward grip. Right, so we've seen how accurate this thing is, or sorry, the H345 was aimed. This is a times 2 reflex scope. Again, not hugely different. If I do the scoped and not accounting for recoil, much the same as the H345 at this kind of range. You're not really going to be wanting to be doing a lot of long range sniping with either weapon. Try that again. Didn't account for recoil. Again, both, so you can see there, both weapons pretty inaccurate on hip fire. Aimed fire far more accurate. That is actually pretty damn accurate. An entire magazine in 3 holes. That's pretty damn accurate actually. So yeah. So we'll go with Loadout 1. Back to the H345 quick now. Okay. So that's how I spent my search. What have I got loaded in my gear, my loadout? Well, I've got the H345, as I said. I've got on the H345. I've got the 1 times reflex sight, as I said. I've got the 4 grip, and I've got soft point ammo. I've also put the camo on, which I get as well. I've got my knife, which I can't change. My ability, which is my magical glow. Now my suit. What have I got? Nanoweave armor 2. Actually, I'm going to change that to flak armor 3, which I hadn't realised I'd missed out. The grenade. Now here we've got the nanolite healing grenade, replacing your ordinary frag grenade. And they're quite nice. I'll show you what one of those looks like actually. This is what a healing grenade looks like. No, that was my magical injector. This is a healing grenade. Nothing happens. And everything inside this area here is now being healed. Doesn't last long, but if you're trying to get through a doorway, you stand here. I mean, from about here, throw one near the doorway. Stand here with your magical glow on. do your magical glow thing. Your troops are rushing in through this door, and you stand hard up in. Your troops are trying to fight their way through this doorway. You are going to be healing them as they're doing so. So it's rather nice in that respect. Sidearm, I stuck with the basic beamer. It's absolutely fine as it is. Really wouldn't be bothered putting any attachments on this. You don't need them. Right, grenade. Resupply. Resupply. There we go. So yes, there we go, guys. That's how I've spec'd my medic out. I might try and show you how I did the Vanu for my light assault as well. But that's my medic. This is a pretty stable medic, actually. I can heal people and bring them back up pretty damn quickly. That's what the medical applicator looks like. The self-healing applicator. So you get the mid-gun. Yeah, so it's pretty good. That's pretty good. I like it, and it works very well. The medkit level 5, sorry, medkit level 6 is absolutely a godsend. I mean, infantry coming back, your allies coming back at 100% health in about 1 second. As long as they're on the ball and accept straight away, they can be back in the fight faster than the other person can reload. Think of a heavy element, it takes heavy to reload. I can actually get the person back on their feet and shooting again before you can reload and kill them again. So, thanks very much, guys. That was the medic loadout. As you see, I haven't unlocked very much for the medic at all, primarily because gun-wise, medic is pretty low on my list of priorities. Pretty low on my list of priorities for buying weapons for. So yeah, thanks very much, guys. Open Havoc, like and subscribe to the ship, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side.